Hey, it's H here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for Bitcoin. I'll cover wave analysis with Elliott Wave theory and provide multiple scenarios a price may take and explain why I prefer one count over another. Let's take a look at the different possibilities. Starting here on daily time frame, before we get into Elliott Wave theory, I wanted to show you that we indeed have these massive bearish divergences in play. They're definitely going to be relevant at some point. Whether that is now or not, I'm not quite sure. There is a case for these bearish divergences to play out right now, which is basically supporting this fact here. So overall in this count, this ABC count, we have 5 waves in A, B, and then 5 waves in C here as well to end our count here. Then we would have either a bullish case here taking off to the new all-time highs, or we're going to be creating a three-way structure here to connect this structure into something worse. So those are the overall structures that I'm looking at the moment. The other scenario would be this one, in which we would have a W, X, and Y. But again, this wave wave B here is starting to get a bigger look than we have here on a higher degree wave structure in this X wave. So overall, what we're looking here would be that we're looking at wave C here to complete the wave, wave Y. So yeah, I don't like this. Again, pretty much the same exact thing as the US indices we have here. So the reasonings are very same. Now again, comparing this bullish or bearish divergence here to, let's take a look at the ABC here. Again, this is in minor degree. Generally, I want to be looking at only the divergences of the same degree, which of course it could be that this is indeed a finished move here with a three-way structure here, and this would be a minor degree structure, same as we have basically this top here and a start of it. So it is possible that we are comparing these two, but again, this would have to be a minor at that point. Then we would have something like this, but I'm not quite sure if this is large enough to contemplate or include into the same or whole structure. If we are looking at this retracement of 38.2 overall, this is where we want this structure to end, minimum. So generally, these are the targets. Again, the 38.2 would be the minimum we want to see if there is going to be this three-way structure playing out. This would include, or this would add this first leg into the second leg here. Again, we would be targeting 1-to-1 here somewhere. But we can discuss about that later if this is going to be playing out. But yeah, this definitely can be large enough. Again, if they are at the same degree, then we can compare these. If not, then I wouldn't use these at all. But at the moment, it is definitely possible. Let's add this guy here, and let's take a look at the smaller time frames in here. Let's start with the 30-minute time frame and with some of the bullish cases we had. So in this one, I was talking about how this wave 4 here was a bit weird looking, and I don't really like it, as it has already retraced more than 50% of this wave 3 here. So overall, what we were looking at was that we have a 1, 2, or a B, and then C or 3. 3 is very short if we are not even getting close to the 1.618 here. C is beyond the 1-to-1 extension here, which would make more sense. However, if we are looking at this count as 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, is a bit out of proportion here. Here we would have wave 2 this size, and wave 4 would now be already this size, and we can't have this ABC here. So yeah, it does not really make sense to me. So I wanted to create a bullish count that would end here. And there is a possibility for that as well. However, it has issues as well. So in here, again, same ABC or 1 and 2 here. But again, the C wave or third wave would be a different one. In here, we zoom in a bit closer. We would have this as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So an expanding diagonal into wave 1. That is very rare on itself already, which makes this less likely. Then the second structure or second wave here has retraced so little, around the 38.2%. Let's make sure that it is actually probably around the 50%. Let's see. Yeah, more likely a 50% retracement for wave 2, so that then it is fine. Then we would have again another diagonal into wave 1 as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It is very ugly, making it again less likely. Then again 1, 2, and then we are going to be having a massive clump of 3 and 4s. I don't really like this, but this is the only way I can get a 5-way structure starting from here, ending up here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So at that point again we would end the C wave up here, and that's that. That would be the end of this ABC, and now we would be pivoting downwards. So again, this bullish, so-called bullish count would not be really bullish. If we still want to be more bullish, either this has to be another 1, a 1, 2 here, and not a C wave. So overall we would have this as a 1, 2, 1, 2. But again, if we are looking at this structure, comparing it to here, we can see that they are a bit out of proportion. So it is more likely to be a B wave instead of that wave 2. But yeah, that is just generalization how it usually is. Let's take a look at the bearish counts. Again, we could be concluding the same structure in here as a W, ABC into X, and then 3 waves A, B, and C into wave Y. At this point, we could be looking this current structure downwards as some kind of a leading diagonal with a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Whether wave 5 is done or not, we can't really say yet, but this last leg here looks very impulsive though. So I would feel like it is possible that we are doing something like this. This here, this 1-to-1 is the maximum wave 5 here can go to before it goes before it is bigger than wave 3. As this is a contracting diagonal, it can't be bigger than the wave 3 here, so that's why this is the maximum wave 5 can go to. So at the moment it is possible that this indeed was an ABC here, but it is very small compared to any rest of the structures here in this diagonal. So I wouldn't be surprised if we are doing something like this. Okay, and then getting back to this trend line here and then pull back higher. Now overall what we would be looking for is, again, this would be a wave 1 or wave A, of course that is possible as well, and then we would be looking to pull back up higher. We got a couple of different interesting areas here. If we are pulling up some volume profiles and point of controls and dailies and weeklies, we can see that on this 38.2 we have a weekly naked point of control and a daily naked point of control, which is again in this area where we have this 38.2 retracement. That is very small retracement overall, but I would be expecting us to get this possibly back to here, and then we would have that last dump down here for the 5th wave. And after that, again, we would be getting back here, and for the wave 2, I would be expecting around here at the moment. Currently this is pulled from these lows though, so if we are getting a new lower low, we would have to adjust these, and at that point again we would be getting higher than the golden pocket here, where we have currently a tapped daily already and naked point of control. So that is some interesting level here if we are going to go through this structure here where we have this previous consolidation. But yeah, that is pretty interesting to me. Now, again, what else did we have here on the naked point for controls is again this range point of control of this structure here. So we have that here as well, which is again adding more resistance to this area. So I would be really surprised if we are going to go through that. On a smaller time frame, if we are looking at the volume profile of VWAP. We have been currently battling with that for quite some time, few hours now already. We've been creating this range here. Again, if we are going to be breaking out here, I would like to see something in volume supporting that breakout, and not just a swing failure pattern taking out these highs, getting all the breakout traders in it and having them long, so people can start opening shorts in here and get the price down again, and trapping basically all the breakout traders here. So how would you play this is wait for the initial breakout, backtest back to this VWAP, and then take your longs if it looks good as a setup. But yeah, that is the bearish scenario. Let's get rid of all these structures and let's take a look at the last, that one. I'm not quite sure, did I mention this on the last video, but again, it was one of the options that I saw as well. A, B and C into W, 3 of us into X, and then again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into an A wave. Now this is a bit not so clear of a count, so let me explain again. As this is the A wave, then we would have ABC, that is ending diagonal here instead of a leading one that we had on the previous mentions. Then we would have X wave, and then this would be now larger wave Y, in which again another WXY. We would have 3 waves here on W, 3 waves here in X, and then again either we're going to be having something like this same structure and getting to this 1-to-1 before this whole structure is getting invalidated around this 21.5k area. Whoops, let me fix that. 21.38 area, in which again this whole A wave started. As this whole structure was measured as a 5-way structure, then I would be expecting this low to be respected as such. So we can't have 5 waves, 3 waves taking out these and then getting higher again. So that's just not a thing. But yeah, that is another possibility which would support the idea that we would get a first higher and then down again. So there's a couple of different same initial ideas, although different counts supporting this idea. But yeah, initially I would be looking at these short setups here, and those are the ones that I'm going to be looking at the moment, or today at least. If you made it this far into the video, I would appreciate the likes, and there's a link to my free Discord server if you want to join. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.